Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my home. Today we're going to be making a very special recipe to my heart because it's a recipe that my mother actually invented. Yes, she really did. It's chicken cooked in the oven and marinated in orange sauce or tangerine sauce. Now let me tell you the story how she invented it. So in my parents' house, there's a lot of trees around their house, lemon trees and tangerine trees and orange trees and all kinds of trees. And every year around this time of year, she has a lot of tangerines and tens and tens and tens of tangerines that she doesn't know what to do with. So basically she had to be creative and find a way to cook something using tangerines. So what she does is she marinates the chicken with the juice of the tangerine, and then she puts it in the oven, and then the chicken releases its juices. Added to the juices of the tangerine, it makes something out of this world. I said that she invented it because the original recipe calls for orange juice instead of tangerine juice. But like I said, she had a lot of tangerines and she decided to substitute the oranges with the tangerines, and it turned out perfectly. If you don't have tangerines, no problem. You can substitute them with orange juice as in the original recipe, which I'm pretty sure my mom also invented, and it will turn out great. But there is something about the tangerines that gives the chicken that extra flavor. It's not quite sour, not quite sweet, not quite tangy. It's absolutely heavenly. When you finish cooking the chicken, you don't actually taste the tangerine in the chicken, but somehow it leaves it with a flavor that is so unique. You absolutely have to try it. It's really, really good. Now, let's go over the ingredients together. You need, of course, chicken. I am using chicken thighs here, but you can use chicken breast, chicken wings, anything you want. But what's important is that they can't be boneless. So you have to have the bones in there because when it cooks in the oven, the bones are going to release a lot of flavor, and you absolutely need the bones. Then you need half a cup of tangerine juice, and just so you know, I used these tangerines and I used 2 of them to give me half a cup. But if your tangerines are smaller, then obviously you need more. I also used 1 lemon, so I need juice of 1 lemon, some plain yogurt, onion, garlic, soy sauce, ginger root, mayonnaise, ketchup, salt, pepper, and turmeric. The turmeric is optional. It just gives a nice yellow color to the chicken and to the sauce. But if you don't have it, just skip it. Now we're going to marinate the chicken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mix all these ingredients into this large bowl, create sort of a sauce, and marinate my chicken in it. I'm going to grate these onions because they also will be part of the marinade. And the reason why I'm going to grate them is because I want them to form a paste so that they can blend easier into the sauce, and I'm going to mix it with the rest of the ingredients. Same thing for the garlic. If you don't want to grate your onions, you can chop it very finely, or you can even use a food processor. It's up to you. But I like to grate them because it's just easier for me that way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grate my onions. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I have a candle here, it's because once somebody told me that if you have a candle burning while you're chopping onions, it won't burn your eyes. And apparently it's working. Okay, maybe not entirely, but it helped a lot, that's for sure. So there's a tip for you. Now I'm going to grate my garlic. I finished grating my garlic. Now I'm going to grate my ginger root. I'm going to peel it first. I love the smell of fresh ginger. Okay, so I grated my ginger, and now I'm going to mix all the ingredients together. So in a big bowl, I'm going to place my ginger and my garlic, the grated onions, the tangerine juice or orange juice, and the spices. Now after you mix everything together, just whisk it or stir it. And this is the marinade of our chicken. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to drop my chicken into the marinade. And using a spoon or your hands, just coat the chicken with the marinade. Make sure you coat the chicken very well. I've marinated my chicken overnight, covered like this in the refrigerator. You don't have to do this. You can cook them the same day. Just keep in mind that the longer you let them marinate, the more flavor they will have and the better they will taste. So if you want to cook them the same day, just make sure you let them marinate for at least 2 hours, covered like this in the refrigerator. And also halfway through, just turn the chicken so that it gets coated evenly by the marinade. Now I'm ready to cook my chicken. I preheated my oven to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And also, I'm going to add some vegetables. Now you can add any vegetables you want, mushrooms, carrots. I'm going to add potatoes. So these are 2 large raw potatoes which I have peeled and cut. Okay, so I'm going to place my chicken in an oven-safe dish. Just line them up. And of course, you're going to use the rest of the marinade and pour it over the chicken. I'm gonna add in my potatoes randomly. Make sure if you're using chicken thighs, the skin is side up, like this. And now I'm going to wash my hands because that's what I always do when I touch raw chicken or raw meat. Then I'm going to cover this with aluminum foil. Now I'm going to place this in the oven and cook it for about an hour, maybe longer, depending on your oven. So my chicken cooked for 1.5 hours. I'll show you. Look how tender it is. It will literally melt in your mouth. So amazingly tender. But I'm not done yet. I turned off my oven and turned on my broiler, and I'm gonna broil the chicken just for 5 minutes until the skin becomes brown and a little bit charred. So now I'm broiling my chicken. This will literally take just a few minutes, like maximum 5 minutes, depending on the heat of your broiler. So just watch it carefully. What we want is for the skin to become brown and crispy. The chicken is perfect. It is super tender on the inside and lightly crispy on the outside because we broiled it. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer it to this fancy plate. Careful, it's really hot. And do not, and I mean do not, discard the sauce that's left over, because this, my friends, is the most delicious part of the whole recipe. Just pour it over the chicken. Okay, I'll do the rest later. So now the chicken is ready. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? So now onto my favorite part, which is to taste the final product. Very, very tender. So tender. Very flavorful. Like I said, you can't really taste the tangerine, but there's definitely something about the chicken. And the sauce. I don't have a spoon, but pour some sauce over it. It's there that you will find a little bit of the tanginess of the tangerines. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye!